Welcome back to another video about the Lord of the Rings TCG. And if you wish that I wasn't so addicted to this one card game, maybe I am too. But I am. I love it so much. I've been collecting a lot more recently and excited to share these purchases with you that altogether here add up to more than $1,000. First of all, I'm trying a different camera. Last time I actually used a fancy camcorder. This time I'm just using my phone. And I suspect the phone might actually be better in terms of quality. The camcorder is a little bit old. So I want to walk you through three things and open some things as well. I have a complete set of the Reflections foils. I have a complete set of the 3 deluxe draft boosters from Expanded Middle-earth, and I have a booster box of the 2 towers. So I plan to walk you through these cards, open up one of these, and open up maybe 1 or 2 packs from the 2 towers. To start, I'm going to start by showing off these Reflections cards as I talk. So as you recall from last time, I bought a booster box of Reflections. This is the complete set of all 52 foils. 26 of them are rare and 26 are rare plus, kind of like super rare. They appear 1 in every, I think, 2.4 packs on average instead of every pack. And this is the first one, the One Ring, and I will flip through them as I talk about why I bought this. So I love the look of these foils in the older sets. I think the foiling is really cool, and I think a lot of these cards are awesome. In particular, you can see they have a lot of characters that only briefly in the movie. This is one of the Dwarven Lords, I think, that has one of the special Dwarven rings. Here's Gimli, and I'll make a note about this later. So certain characters that appear briefly, or sometimes not even at all in the movie, were given special treatment in these cards. Really high-resolution, cool-looking images. In some cases, they actually got the original props company, which I think was called Weta Workshop from New Zealand, to create or display props or new sets specifically for these cards, which is awesome. This is one of the Dwarven Rings of Power. There's a few of them. So apparently this set Reflections was really innovative at the time in terms of how it affected gameplay. And one of the things that it did was it enabled other characters who are not just Frodo or Sam to be the ring bearer. So the ring bearer is a crucial part of your deck. Oh, this card is so cool. It's a spear of this Elf King, which I think we'll also get to. Some of my favorite characters, probably most of my favorite characters from Lord of the Rings are the elves. I love Galadriel, Legolas, Elrond, Arwen, and this one. This is the most expensive card in the set. I think it goes for about $90 to $100. So this is the very beginning of the first movie in that prologue where you see Sauron fighting the armies of elves and men. This is the Elven High King. I love the look, not only of the elves, but of the elf cards in Lord of the Rings. There's another character that I don't think made it into the movies, was in the books, Glorfindel. The blue background, I think, is awesome, and this Reflection set is a bunch of blue elf cards in terms of the elves and the weapons, and it has the 3 Elven Rings of Power. One of them worn by Galadriel, one of them worn by Elrond, and one of them worn by Gandalf. I'm going to flip through these a little bit quicker because there are 52 of them, I think. Yep. And now for the second stack. Another example of a character that wasn't in the movies, Radagast, but they got a movie-looking picture of him with, I think, the original costumes designer and props designers. He actually was played by a different actor. Actually ended up in the Hobbit movies, but this was before then. So as I was mentioning about the ring bearers, there are different characters in here that can actually bear the One Ring, which play a crucial part in the gameplay. They essentially are the main character in your deck. And so it used to be just Frodo or Sam, but now characters like I showed Gimli and Boromir, and there are a few others can do it. And they have serious drawbacks, but are a lot more powerful than Frodo. This is the coolest one, I think, Isildur. Also from the prologue, the one who originally cut off Sauron's fingers and took the ring. And this is a scene where I think he decides not to throw it into the fire, but to keep it. And so this ring symbol means that he can be the ring bearer in your deck. So just a quick note on value. The cards in this set, the rare pluses, those are like the super rares, are mostly worth at least $20, the most of them. Some of them are, $50 up to $90. The rares that are not rare pluses, for some reason, are just way, way cheaper. Yes, they're 2.5 times as common, but in addition, they're just a lot cheaper. Some of them go for basically $1 or less, some of them a little bit more. This is Ithel Stone. I managed to get this complete set for about $360. It was an auction that not a lot of people bid on. Oh, just to pause here. They actually made a card of Sauron from that prologue, which I think is awesome. 24 strength, which is like insanely high. Obviously it costs a ton, but there are ways to reduce that cost. I think it'd be cool to build a whole deck around getting Sauron out and play. So it was an auction that went for I think a little bit less than I expected. I feel like I got a moderate deal. Most of the recent ones have been going for the $350 to $400 range, although the people who sell the complete sets sell them for something like $600 or $700 right now. This is Tom Bombadil's wife, I think. Oh yeah, and there's a card of Tom Bombadil too, who never made it, as far as I remember, into the movies. But they made a card of him, which is awesome. And that is it for the Reflection set. Next thing I will do, actually I had all these in a binder. I already took them out of the package, I received them in, double sleeved them, put them in a binder, but took them out of the binder to walk through them because I wanted to show everybody. So the Two Towers is probably one of the least valuable sets in terms of how much it costs to buy a box or a complete set, which is why I wanted to get it, because I want to open it for fun. As you recall from last time, two of the starter decks I got are the two starter decks from the Two Towers set, and at least the earlier cards seem to be played best in blocks, so Two Towers cards go well with the Two Towers starter decks, so I thought it'd be fun to open up some packs for fun over the days, but also once I actually start playing the game, I've already learned a bit, but once I finish learning and start playing with some people, I think it'd be fun to open up supplemental packs and use them to improve the starter decks. I also, as I mentioned, I think last time, Saruman, I love him as a character and his scenes. I like the look of all of these packs. They have Saruman. So every pack contains a rare card, but 1 in 6 packs contains a foil card. And of course, some of those foils can be rares. So we'll see what we get. These are the uncommons. This is a site. So a location that you travel on. Last uncommon. And this is the rare. Uruk Assault Band. So this is how much it costs in terms of the Twilight cost and strength and resistance, which is like health. So this is one of the bad guys, a minion. And these are the commons. I recognize that card from the starter deck. Again, in case you didn't see the last video, I just love... Not only am I enticed by the gameplay and how innovative it is, I'm excited to play, but also how the cards look. Just that Decipher quality, design, and art and image capture. All right, we're going to move on from the Two Towers and onto the main event here, which for anyone who's familiar with this probably knows these are the most valuable things that I was displaying. So this set of 3 draft boxes goes for somewhere between $600 and $700 on eBay. Sealed. I got these 3 for about $550 as part of an offer, to which I'm grateful for the seller. And there are 2 reasons I got this. First of all, as I mentioned, this card game put some characters on display that had not been in the movies. So, for example, this box will see some characters that are in the books. Like, not necessarily the expanded universe of Middle-earth like the Silmarillion and all the other books, but actually the books of Lord of the Rings, the 3 main books. A lot of characters in those books didn't make it into the movies, and so as part of this expanded Middle-earth set that they created, they put those characters onto cards, which I think is both super, super cool and also has long-term value potential, because if you read the book and you like some of these characters, which we're going to open and see them, if you like some of those characters and you wish that they'd been in the movies, this is your chance to see how they actually would have looked in the movies, because as far as I understand, they got this company, Weta Workshops, to use props and actors and so forth and photograph them just as they would have for the movies. So as far as I know, these are the only printings in card depictions in the live action style of some of these characters. They probably will be. I can't imagine them staging them again in the same style of those movies specifically. And so if someone is getting back into The Lord of the Rings in the future and they want to see those characters, this is where they would find them, just like Tom Bombadil in the Reflection set, but in this case, all the characters in the set are from the quote-unquote expanded world, which basically means in the books of Lord of the Rings, but not the movies. And so this set, I did a bunch of research to make sure, pretty sure I knew what I was getting. Each of these boxes, this whole set contains only 15 unique cards. So each of these boxes contains 5 of them. This is 5 and 5 and 5 to complete the set. But it contains 2 of each. So this has 2 sets of 5, 2 sets of 5, and so forth. So you end up with 2 complete sets for a total of 30 cards, so 2 complete sets of 15 of Expanded Middle-earth. And part of the reason that I bought these boxes instead of just buying complete set is I think there's a small opportunity for arbitrage here. And arbitrage is a strong word. It's not quite, and I'll walk through the math. So a complete set of all 15 of these cards from the set sells for about $300. It's kind of hard to tell because the most recent sale was $250, but now people are selling them for $400. I know someone on Facebook sells them for $300, so I think $300 is probably the going rate. And this contains two complete sets of them, so theoretically $600 in value. And again, I paid $550 for the offer, but it also contains booster packs. So this was supposed to be a set that you could open and draft right out of the box, including those cards from the set, but also 4 booster packs. I think it's 4, right? From these sets, apparently. So essentially, there could be a little bit of arbitrage here. If I think that the complete sets that I open are worth 300, maybe a little bit more dollars, and then you get packs. Of course, if I actually were to sell the cards, I'd have to sell them for less in order so they'd actually sell, and then I'd lose on fees and shipping and so forth. So not really arbitrage, but basically I'm planning to own, I want to keep one complete set of 15 cards anyway for the long term to enjoy and potentially to, as a quote-unquote investment for the future if people become interested in these characters again, and sell the other one. So if I sell the other one, I make maybe $250 after fees. I'll have paid about $300 and something for this, which is what I would have paid anyway to keep a complete set, but I also get the booster packs. And the reason I'm so into the booster packs is these sets, Shadows and Black Rider, are probably the least valuable sets around. You can get booster packs super cheap. But this third set in that block, which is one of the later sets called Bloodlines, is a lot more expensive. And so this is the moment of truth where we open this, and we hope that it contains at least one pack of Bloodlines out of those 4. The reason I'm opening this one, I think the most valuable one in terms of the premium cards it comes with is this, which has the dwarves. The dwarves that live in the Lonely Mountain that were not in the movie. But this one has the characters that I think are going to be my favorites, which were some elves, who are Elrond's sons. So we will open this, and we will see which packs it contains. Nice! It does contain Bloodlines, the most valuable one out of those 3, by far. And Bloodlines? Ooh, and Bloodlines. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so it's even better than I thought. These packs sell for, I don't know, $16, $17, so that's a total, assuming these also contain Bloodlines, 12 packs of Bloodlines, which is awesome. We're going to open one of these, too. First, let's open the set of premium cards. And this is, again, hopefully to confirm for me that it actually contains what I think it contains. So, Elro here, son of Elrond. I love Elrond. His son looks just like him. Just to show, again, how cool it is, I think, that they created these characters in cards. The Lord of the Rings Wikipedia page, not just for the TCG, but for all Lord of the Rings, like the main Wikipedia page for fans, has pictures of these characters, and they chose the pictures from the TCG, not fan art or, anything hand-drawn, but like the page for Elro here and his brother, who is here, Elladan, has these pictures, and it says they were first featured in the TCG. So 2 copies of Elro here, 2 copies of Elladan, Gildor and Glorian, I think he's in the book briefly, also an elf. Love the elves, both as characters and the look of these blue cards. And then these characters that are not from the expanded Middle-earth that I think were in the movies, just 2 generic bad guys, I think, are in each of these boxes. So 2 of the Rukai healers and 2 Rukai scouts. So 2 sets of 5 cards, and then I'll complete the set by opening these. That is awesome. I have sleeves over here, but I'm not going to take up your time sleeving them. I will do that shortly on my own. And now, to open up 1 pack of Bloodlines. And they changed a bunch of things in the later sets. A few things in terms of gameplay, but also in terms of rarity and how the packs work. So here's uncommons. I assume we're going to get 3 uncommons at first. See the U over there for uncommon. They changed how foils work, so it's not that every single card could be a foil. It's that there is a specific subset of foils. I think there are 18 to collect, and then some Masterworks foils that are even more rare. So this is our rare. It is the Palantir of Orthanc. Artifacts are particularly powerful cards, I think. I don't know anything about the value of the specific cards in the set. It's one of the later sets that I haven't researched yet. But I'll look this up afterwards. It seems cool. And then the commons. And I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure that if there were a foil, it would replace the common. One thing I like about this game as opposed to the Star Wars TCG is they put some main characters at common and uncommon rarities, so you could still get them. Although, they might be worse versions and not as playable. They still look great. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this opening, this video. If you have any comments, again, if I got any of this stuff wrong, which is very possible, please correct me in the comments, or reach out if you're interested in this or other CCGs that I collect, obviously including Pokemon, but also, as I mentioned, the Star Wars CCG and Young Jedi. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you again soon.